My name is Dalton Pallarino, and this is the second part of my lesson plan, sections 4 through 6. In section 4, the activities section, I will introduce the lesson by revisiting proper dietary and fitness habits that the students have learned previously in the class. Then I will cover the basic strategies of finding sources and organizing whether they are credible, recognizing whether they are credible or not. And then I will end up showing the students the proper way to cite their sources. After the whole group instruction, students will be broken into groups of 3 where they'll be putting together ideas for their project. They will organize their ideas and information using a graphic organizer. During this time, I will allow students to use their phones or any other forms of technology in order to start researching their ideas. During this time, they will be encouraged to ask me questions about ideas, research, and organization. When all the questions are answered, I will give the students the majority of the rest of the class period to work in their groups independently. During this time, they should continue coming up with ideas and doing more research. I will close the class period by providing students with instruction about what I expect for them to do while out of class in order to continue working on their project. I will remind students what I taught them during the whole group instruction and make sure that they follow the correct procedures. I will give the students one more full class period to work on their projects and gather information, and then begin assessments the next time we meet. Section 5, Materials and Resources. What instructional materials will you use, if any? In this instruction, I will use a smartboard. In order to do my introduction, I'll direct students for correct sites for research using the smartboard. Then the students will use a graphic organizer to do their independent evaluation. They'll obviously need pencils or pens in order to jot down their ideas and then write their paper. And then I will allow them to use phones and tablets. They will be notified the period before we do the lesson that they will be able to bring their phones and actually use them in class. And then they can use iPads or whatever they want to bring. I've chosen to use these materials and resources because I believe that they will best facilitate student learning and understanding of the project and allow students to grasp the objective of the assignment. I think that by allowing students the opportunity to use their own forms of technology in order to research, they will be motivated to find the best resources to support the subject of the assignment. Students will also need pencils and graphic organizers to organize their thinking and group their ideas. And then section 6, the evaluation. Like I mentioned before, students will be given another class period to work on their assignment. With that being said, summative assessment will not occur until the next time that we meet. I will assess the students by having each group present to their peers the dietary and fitness habits that they have put together. In the presentation, students must name the sources that they used in their findings when they mention ideas that they found on the internet or in the text. Formative assessment will occur throughout the entire lesson as I observe and answer questions while the students are working in their groups. They will be evaluated on their ability to work in groups, discussion with peers, and their participation in the group. Along with presenting to the class, each group will turn in their graphic organizers for grading. I have chosen this approach for evaluation. I chose to give the students an extra class period to work on this lesson because I want the students to have time to do quality work. I felt that one class period was not enough to give students in order for students to both do research and put together ideas in a graphic organizer. I'm using the presentation method because I feel that it is an essential skill to be able to speak in front of your peers, and this is a great way to practice. I also believe that the ability to use a graphic organizer correctly is something that students will use throughout their educational careers. That is the second part of my lesson. Thank you.